Welcome to Sage Sisters. We are sisters, besties, moms, and co-founders having a fun catch-up on parenting and life. Hey, I'm Ann.
And I'm Kate. What up, Tan Ann? Double potting this week.
Double potting because I have fall break with the kids next week, and I wanted to get ahead of it so I could actually focus on our adventures.
I love it. We spaced it out enough where I have no issue coming up with the high-low here. So
yeah,
let's get to it. Well, it's your topic too. You want to tease it first?
Sure. I thought it would be nice because we focus a lot on parenting a lot of times, and the last couple have been more kind of just smorgasbord things. So I wanted to pivot a little bit and talk about the balancing act between marriage and kids. So a little bit of parenting, but really kind of focus on the life partner discussion, how you keep that going as you're trying to raise tiny humans. And it's a balancing act. It certainly is. So I thought we could talk about that.
Well, I saw it in the Google Doc, which we use to sort of prep, and I changed the title to Marriage. And Anne thought I had a stroke. She didn't get it. I'm like, what?
I walked in there. I was like, did she do this from her phone? Like, I was looking at it like, what does this even mean? It looked like a misspelling and like you were just trying to write something.
Come on, you're too young.
Please, I still don't know. So you might as well tell people what it is.
They know. Everyone knows that that's a clip from Princess Bride.
I would like to pull the crowd of how many people knew.
Okay. Everyone, I know you're with me here. Marriage.
They literally were like, oh, that's what she's talking about just now.
Exactly. Okay. All right. Well, what's your high?
My high is that I just got finished with the cutest parent-teacher conference of all time. Lily's preschool. She's in threes, so they're super young.
Oh my God, 3.
We had a little parent-teacher, which is more just like getting to know the parent. There's not like a ton of like,
like
we have a lot of feedback.
How much is your kid biting other kids?
Exactly. But we go to a school that is just the sweetest school. My 2 older ones went through there. It is a little preschool, but they are the best with children. And if you have an experience like this, they almost like, I am not a very emotional person, especially when it comes to like kids in school, but these teachers make me want to cry. They are so dang sweet. And just getting to know Lily's teacher a little bit more today was charming. She had such great things to say. She basically said, Lily's a gem and that she makes her smile every day, and she'd be more tired if Lily wasn't in her class because she brings joy to her. And it's just like, there was just a bunch of things. And it just is when your kid is in a sweet moment and they're really enjoying school, that's just the best takeaway ever. So I just had a really cute moment.
Preschool. And I'll even say kindergarten here, but like in that age group, that occupation is a calling. That is not for everybody.
100%.
That is not my calling, to be clear. Like, I would have to do a would you rather be a preschool teacher, and the next one would be like a trash man.
Accountant. I was thinking I couldn't be an accountant.
Well, I was just thinking what I don't like about trash is 1, I get grossed out by trash, but 2, the early mornings. It sounds horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Me. It's like you're up at 3, 4 doing your trash runs. No disrespect to either. I have such respect for both, and I don't want to do that job at all.
Yeah.
What would you pick? Preschool teacher or trash person?
I would definitely be a preschool teacher, but not a good one. Like the parents would walk away from the parent-teacher conference going, she's a mess. Like, not the same experience I had today.
Dead inside.
Well, and look, we have gone to daycares, before, and it is just when you find the right spot, like I've been to daycares where I'm walking to pick up Lily and, I hear yelling of teachers in the background and you're like, woo, what's that going on? And then, you walk in this school and they like bop her nose and they're like, welcome. And they're just, it's so dang cute.
I'll never forget when we lived in Oakland, we did like a preschool tour. And we went to this one that I wanted so badly because it was like right across the street from our house. And I'm like, convenience factor, 10 out of 10. Price was good.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're going here. I almost don't even care. And then we went to the tour and the lady's like, when they fight, here's where they go. And when they have lice, here's where they go. It was the worst tour in the history of tours.
Matilda or whatever.
It was, Mrs. Turnbull. Is that right? It was the worst tour I've ever. We walked out of there. I was like, nope. That's a no.
That is too far.
That was wild. That was wild. So anyways, glad you found a sweet little spot for Lily. That feels good.
Yeah. And then I had another quick high, which was Lola had a cheer camp this week where they go to the middle school, and they do a 2-hour camp, and then we go watch a performance which lasts about 30 seconds. But watching her out there was so cute. We all went, Phil, Ace, Lily, and I, to watch her perform, and she felt very special.
I saw her little video on your share drive.
It was just really sweet. Yeah. And she just really enjoyed it. And she had a lot of friends there, and she felt, big. And anyways, just when your kids are in a happy moment, it makes you feel really warm inside.
Yeah.
So anyways, what was your high this week?
Have you heard the term Thriday? My kids told me this yesterday. It's when you have Friday off of school and your Thursday feels like a Friday.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like a thriving Friday.
No, Thriday.
Oh,
so today's Thriday. They don't have school tomorrow. So they heard it at school and brought it to me. But I'm like, total Thriday over here too, because I'm going to Vegas tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. On the last pod, we talked about whether or not you were going to sign up for the 11 p.m. club session, which is not late for a lot of people.
Well,
What'd you decide?
After our pod, I sent it to Chris, and I was like, let me see what he says. And he wrote back, I can't tell if you're joking, ... F no. Which kind of was exactly what I thought. He thought I was joking by sending it to him. That's where we're at.
You knew exactly what he was going to say, so you didn't even need to pull him.
I know. But I was like, am I gonna work my magic to make him lean into this,
Yeah.
But I decided no. Also, he and I like to gamble. Yeah. I see us late night at the blackjack table having fun together. So that's where I'm at. But I'm excited. We have 48 hours, no kids.
Yeah, our parents are going out to watch your kids. I'm so jealous
They're
about
en route as we speak. I can't wait to see them too. I'm so grateful they're helping us out this weekend. It's so kind of cute too. I coach Cal's basketball, and the other coach, who's like the student coach, is also going to be gone. So Dad's going to step in and be the basketball coach on Sunday. So Cal's excited. It's going to be cute. But Dad, he was like, "What's the offensive scheme you're running?" I was like, "Oh no, nah." We need to recalibrate immediately. These are 7-year-old, 6 and 7-year-old boys. The scheme we're running is try to stay on your feet and don't tackle each other.
Yeah. So our dad has a lot of history coaching basketball, and even helped with the high school team in our local, and went to state with the high school team when he was coaching years ago. So he's legit. And similar, I had him a couple months ago, but I guess it was this time last year when Lola was playing basketball. He came down and went to a practice when I was not there.
Yeah.
And I was like, how'd it go? And he was like, it was chaos. I mean, they weren't paying attention. It's like, oh yeah. Yeah. So it went exactly as it always goes.
Yeah. So it sounds like a good one. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, exactly.
So I got Thriday energy. I'm like,
I'm so jealous you're going to Vegas. After our conversation last pod, I was thinking about my most enjoyable experience in Vegas, and it was a sports book. We went to a sports book. Is that what you call them? Where you bet, but
the games on at once. Yeah.
And right before and it was during the day. Right before we went over there, Phil hit the jackpot and won $1,000 at a table. And that's just whoa for us. So we took that $1,000 and blew it on crab legs and bubbles and watched sports and did a little betting. It was so enjoyable. And it was not a super late night into clubbing. So I think you're making the right decision. We just had the best day.
I'm glad you said that because I hadn't put crab legs and seafood buffet in my mind yet. But now that it's in your mind, it's squarely in my mind, and I'm going to find a way to make that happen.
It was one of Phil and I's best dates ever because we stayed later. I had a work trip there. He came with me. We were hosting a group. We stayed a day later, and that was the day after. And we had it was just the best. It's such a core memory for me.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's also a lot of people I like who I haven't seen in a while. It'll be easy and fun. So there's an event Friday night, dinner, drinks, and then we'll do the tables instead of the club. And then Saturday, you can choose pickleball or a day club at a pool.
Day club.
We chose pickleball.
Is that what? Oh, come on.
No, this was
You're
like
such a
DJ
different
so and so at live or
Totally in. That's what I want my day. I want my day to be like pool, drinks.
I thought pickleball sounded fun. So
I'm sure did Chris vote that too?
whatever. He'll have fun.
Listen,
Chris was not choosing DJ at the pool party, I bet you.
He might have chose chair at the pool party with noise canceling headphones.
I was going to say it's too many people. That's a massive humanity. That's a
Yeah, okay. All right. Well,
so anyways, it'll be great.
Because mom is on her way out to you now and not face to face, I might as well get started and just tell you to stay pretty.
Even my friends over text were like, make sure you drink enough water. I'm like, am I giving off a certain vibe? It's like on one hand, I feel
you fall asleep in many bars, so I just envision that for your future.
Well, what I won't be doing, and I had to learn the hard way one time in Vegas, was remember 5 Hour Energy? That was
that heart pounding, like what happened here? Yeah.
I took 20 hours of energy and almost died.
Super unhealthy. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure there's articles of people that did.
I didn't stay pretty or make good choices that night. But I will not be doing 20 hours of energy.
Yeah. Well, good luck. Yeah. You can't even have coffee afternoon now. It's like your body can't
20 hours of energy made cocaine look like nothing. I think.
In my mind.
I was buzzing. Anyway, and then I got really sick. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
What's your low?
All right. My low is a little Kate energy, if I'm being honest, because this has been a topic for you.
I was going to say, Monica or Friday? Where are we at?
No, Monica.
I got to get away from that. I'm going to change my vibe today.
Yeah. Okay. You're wearing green, bright colors. You're already vibing. I see the change. Listen, I went to the doctors the other day because you know how I told you I was going to the OBGYN to have a conversation. Well, just normal checkup. But you had said like this is where you got your hormones discussion, all the stuff. Long story short, just super frustrated with it's like you have to be your own advocate. And I did not get the answers I wanted. It was basically like
suck it out.
There's no test to say whether you're low on something. Like doesn't believe in the hormone therapy. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's personal. Could be true. I don't know. But it was basically like, well, you got antidepressants or nothing. That's like basically what's on the table. There's nothing in between. And so I'm like, I'm going to get a second opinion.
100%.
But it was just a little like frustrating to get the answers of like, well, that's just aging. Yeah, you're tired. Yeah, you're not sleeping in the middle of the night. All the things we talk about. Yeah. But it just felt like I was so excited for this appointment to like have all these questions and all of the answers were like not what I wanted to hear. And I just felt like, and then they were like, okay, we'll book your next appointment, a year from now. Okay. Oh, we can't get you until next November. So it was like over a year. And I just was like frustrated thinking, I'm not waiting another whole year plus. You can't even get me in a year's time to hear the same thing over and over again. Which
that doesn't sound like the right fit. This is what
I agree.
I mean, doctors are just people. They have all sorts of personalities. Some lean in, some lean out.
Right.
I mean, this sounds like someone who just is not listening to you. And like, they don't know you. They don't know that you're not like complaining about every little thing. They probably hear it from everybody.
Well, I did say, I actually feel like I'm the type of personality to never take something because I don't like taking medicine. I almost need somebody to say, you need it. Like that's how I am. I'm not one that's just going out to say it. So if you tell me I don't need it, I'll suffer and I actually said that. I think she got a little offended. I was like, okay, well, I mean, I can just suffer for a few more years and then see what happens. She's like, I didn't say you suffer. And I was like, well, you kind of
you're not respecting the symptoms that I'm telling you.
Exactly. So I was very respectful in person. I was very respectful in person, but I thought to myself, what a frustrating process. I am not the only one I've heard this situation with. It just happened to be my turn to have that conversation where I was like, this is not what I want.
I feel like women's pain and women's symptoms are not listened to.
They're not listened to. And it feels like if you have more symptoms, we can be, it's not preventative. It's like, we'll fix it if something dramatic happens, but we're not getting ahead of it when you're showing early signs. That's what I thought to myself. It's like, it's very frustrating. I don't want to wait till something bad.
Also, like, not sleeping is a horrible, horrible symptom.
I was a total crank yesterday in all of our work meetings because I didn't sleep the night before. I forgot to mention, sorry, thank you for understanding yesterday that I was a total nightmare.
It was funny. After our call where you were snipping at me, I had a call with a woman who was considering starting a business with her sister.
Did you say no?
No, I said
there are hesitations.
No, I said, here's what I love about it. I just got off a call where we were total bitches to each other.
Yeah.
We both were. I was getting annoyed at your tone. I think you started it, but it's like we set each other off yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was laughing. I go, but I kind of love it because we're not walking on eggshells. Like, I don't have to show up and be professional. It's like,
yeah,
we can just be so real. And sometimes that looks like us snipping and be like, call you later. Like, not loving.
Yesterday I felt like, no, it's your tone. No, it's your tone. No, it's your tone.
You started it. You effing started it. No, I know. But the reality is, I was kind of reflecting on it later and I laughed. You and I being able to say our real like, that stage of a creative process when it's like, it's not right. You both know it's not right, but you don't know the right answer yet.
Yes, that's where we were yesterday.
And we were both like, no, that sucks. And we were like, well, yours sucks. Well, yours sucks. But we actually, through that process of being so honest,
yeah,
I think we nailed it.
I think we crushed it.
Yeah.
We always work through it. And then again, I wake up today with a little more sleep and I'm like, oof, I was a little too much yesterday.
You and I always repair so well too. It's like, it doesn't matter. And I told her, it's kind of great that you can have a call like we just had, because it didn't really even faze me.
No, I mean, exactly.
If that would happen with anybody
I'm not
else,
taking it personally.
Yeah.
It's like, and I know you so well and you know me so well that, like, honestly, I felt like with even out having to say it, you knew I didn't sleep well and you knew I was stressed about work stuff, like hoping things will work. Like I have a couple things that are going on that I just like, I'm ready for that to like.
Yeah, you're feeling impatient about a different marketing thing.
Exactly.
Which I know about. And it's like, it
had nothing to do with you.
I know, but that's the beauty. I actually I turned that story into a positive, I think, for her.
Yeah. I can't wait to find out if she actually started it or if that deterred her.
I know. There's two sides to every story, she told her husband.
Anyways, what's your low?
My beloved OOFOS broke and I almost killed myself in the garage this morning. Have you ever been in a flip-flop that broke? I mean, my foot, I almost blew an ACL. I had the craziest wobble when the shoe went out. And then I looked at it. I had worn these puppies down. They were like on a millimeter of padding, and these things start like this. So it was time for a new pair. But I almost died in my OOFOS because of my OOFOS. Would that not have been
the way to go? I mean,
if my OOFOS kill me, it's my time.
Legit got your text of the broken OOFA and died. Like, I saw that picture and cracked up. And there's nothing, I don't wear flip-flops. A little side note about me.
You don't like something between your toes?
I don't like something between my toes, and I have a weird pinky toe for all out there who care. It just overlaps over my other toes.
Like this.
Mom
so
has
weird.
it. Aunt Shirley has it. It's not that weird, but Lily sometimes likes to put her toe over and like make fun of me.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it's weird.
I don't like wearing flip-flops because it exposes it. So I'm a slide gal. I slide in things and you can't see that toe as much.
Slides are cuter also, but they don't work as well for the like plantar fasciitis of it all.
We got a lot of issues.
Just saying. You need if anyone's on Team OOFOS, you got to get the flip-flop, the thongs, if you will.
You either got a weird toe or plantar fasciitis. There's no in between.
Okay. What's on your mind? You got anything?
Yes, I do. I have two things on my mind, which is one, because we're recording 2 and 1, this might come out a little later, but the Ryder Cup just happened. Did you see any of the golf tournament Ryder Cup on TV?
Yeah. Chris was watching it. I was busy, but I caught some of it. But I don't think we did that well, right?
Well, no. So it's basically a golf tournament. They held it in New York this year, where it's basically like Europe versus US. It's like almost team based, and they play individually, but they get points, and it's a very fun way they do the golf tournament.
Yeah.
And it usually brings a lot of energy and a lot, not quite like waste management, but like a huge fun experience. However, The negative this time was that the mostly American fans were so aggressive this year that there's a lot of backlash to like how the whole event was, because they just crossed the line, in my opinion.
Like yelling at players or what?
Yes, like heckling them. I think Rory McIlroy's wife actually got hit with a beer, like
Oh
to
my
the point.
gosh.
Yeah, and to the point where they were yelling pretty awful things, and
America,
it just
do
crossed the
better.
line.
America.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. There was one MC, I won't say her name, but she was like a podcast comedian that came to help, and she was yelling F Rory too, along with the crowd, and they kind of let her go mid-cast or something.
Yikes.
But it was just like too far.
Way
and
too
the
far.
whole event is supposed to be super fun, but it kind of gave us a bad look, if I will.
Tell me what America doesn't need. Another bad look abroad.
Yeah. And it's like, golf is there again, Waste Management, Ryder Cup are the two that the crowd's allowed to be a little bit more vocal. Like usually you have to be pretty quiet and you're watching. They're fun. They're usually super fun and like people love to go and it's like a drinking thing. This crossed the line to the point where I think that they're going to probably have to change the way they do things moving forward, which is sad.
We can't have nice things. We can't have
nice things. Exactly.
Bummer.
It's like, yeah. So,
well, I like how you're
that's on
taking
my
my
mind.
Monica energy. I have more, I think, uplifting one. But did you see that Jane Goodall passed away?
I did. Yeah. 91, I think she was.
Yeah. A good friend of mine who knew her wrote a really nice post. And I was really inspired by it. But it was sort of like, you don't think your life matters. And then you see somebody like her, which is like one life, massive impact.
Yeah.
Anyways, it really touched me. And I spent about an hour yesterday watching this documentary on YouTube. It was National Geographic. We'll link to it. I was like in tears over this woman's impact. I was so touched. I was so inspired. I felt like I kind of woke up today in a way. I'm like, God, I want to have a fraction of that kind of impact. It was just so got me in the feels. So
I love that.
Jane
Well,
Goodall,
I have
thank
not
you for your
seen that.
service.
I love that. I have not seen that documentary, but I will check it out because
it was really sweet.
I think,
yeah.
I
think it's even called Hope. So anyways, I was in my feels yesterday and feeling incredibly inspired by Jane Goodall.
I love it. And motivated.
R.I.P.
Well, I've got one more on my mind, which is I used to. I haven't brought her up in a while on the podcast, but Kristen Cavallari is a podcast that I listen to, and she's local. I think that's part of why I follow her on social media.
You've liked her since The Hills.
Yeah, I mean, I was like prime time, like exact target market for The Hills in those shows. So I've known her, and then she lives in Franklin, and anyways, there's something about her that I'm like, oh, I like her.
Cameras aimed at her house? Do you drive by slowly?
No, too creepy. I've actually only seen her twice, but like casually.
That was obviously a joke.
No, but it's like you made me sound a little like stalkery. I just like I think I just like also am a mom here, and I like that she has a similar lifestyle, and when she talks about things on the pod, I feel like it's relatable to me. Thanks for making me try to be a total creep. But anyways, so she's had a podcast. It's super popular, but she just stopped and paused it for the time being. And she doesn't know when she's coming back, but it's because she kind of said like mental health, and she just gets hit really hard with people's opinions. You say something, and when you're that big, they'll take one snippet and like then make it sound one way or the other, and kind of the media runs with it. And so she was just kind of like, I don't need this. She did a big tour back over spring break where she did a podcast tour, and she's got a good following. I've enjoyed her podcast, but she is outspoken on certain things. And anyways, I just thought it was interesting that she decided to take a pause because it was just too much. So
well, and like she's rich, she's busy with kids. It's like there is probably a point where you go, why am I doing this? Like what's my why?
Yeah, right.
I got enough. I don't need all this. And it's like fame doesn't. I have no desire to be famous. Like
it does not look
says
appealing.
The people starting a podcast, but it's like we're doing this for a good cause, in my opinion, which is to try to support Sage Parents and Sage Haven, and like I can get behind that, and I love talking to you, so it's fine. But to be truly famous, horrible. Like, well, who would want that? I don't get it. Like, we need to maybe like psychoanalyze a famous person, but it's like, I understand money and I understand power,
Yeah.
but
Well, and I think they all get into it for the reasons of not really understanding what it would be like to be famous. How can you understand it until you get to that point, right? You want to be great at your
it
craft
seems like a
and
lot of
that
people want it, right? I mean, just look at
yeah.
Instagram,
Well,
look at TikTok.
they say they do, but they don't know what it means. And then when they are, it's not as enjoyable because it's like you're on display for people to just criticize you. And nowadays with the internet, it's just so much criticism. It's like we joke about the couple thousand followers that we have and some of the mean comments. It's like times that times a billion. It's like
Yeah.
I don't like that energy either. I don't want to be that exposed.
I don't care what people say. I mean, I really don't. Like, I don't know. I don't care what people think. That maybe that sounds bad, but the reality is like it's the only way to do this. If
it's
you
a great way to
care
live
and
your
you're
life, if you can,
if you're
actually
looking at those
do that.
comments and taking them personally, it's like I can understand why that's just so harmful and hurtful.
Totally. But you're not getting that many negative comments because we don't have that many. It's like
no, I know, but
if you were getting
honestly,
hit with thousands of negative comments every day, it might hit through that hard shell a little bit.
I just know myself. I don't care what a stranger thinks. I care what the people I care about think. Like I would be hurt if someone in our family said something really negative or someone that I love and trust said something really negative. But like a stranger, I don't know. I'm going to be me and like I'm not I truly don't think that would be what takes me down, even though I could understand why that's hard. But the invasion of the privacy, I can't go anywhere. Are my kids safe? Do I need security of it all? I can't live a normal life. That looks horrible.
Yeah. I also think too, when the criticism isn't about you, it's about your family or how you're parenting, it's a whole different ballgame too. It's like if somebody's criticizing your kids, you're okay with that. It's a different ballgame when you're exposing your family too. And I think that's kind of what was happening.
Yeah.
So anyways, it was just on my mind. I thought it was interesting.
Well, I hope she's okay. I don't like how the internet likes to take people down. It's not a good, again, it's sort of like, come on, America, do better.
Yeah,
like
Ryder Cup fans. Yeah. It's just
trolling people who are humans and putting themselves out there. It's like, again, I think the internet, I truly deeply believe the internet brings out the worst in humanity, not the best right now in the way that we've set up these systems.
100%.
Anyways, it's motivating. We're coming. We're helping. We're here to help, Kristen. Hang in there.
Well, let's pivot to our topic, which is all about the balancing act of marriage and kids.
Yes. Do you want to tee it up?
Yeah. So I thought just to kind of get the conversation flowing, which we always jump right into a conversation. I don't want this to be too like question answer style.
Okay.
But I thought I would kind of have some questions, start with a question and then kind of lead into what that would be.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes.
Fire away.
But one thing is kind of like keeping the spark alive, right? Like, what's one date idea that literally works no matter if you have to leave the house? Like, we're all busy. We have too much going on. The energy level to even do some things if you have the resources to get a babysitter and go out is just like not always there. Is there something that you and Chris do that brings you joy that's just you can do it anytime?
I don't know if we're as romantic. I think you and Phil are like sweeter and a little bit more romantic about like, let's have a date after the kids go to sleep. Like Chris and I just are a little bit different vibe. Like we don't get each other gifts. Our favorite date is one of two things. One, going to our favorite steak restaurant, bellying up to the bar, getting steak, dirty martini, and splitting the scallop potatoes. That now that I'm saying it, I'm like starting to salivate. Like, we like that. Just kind of the same place. We know it. We love it. It's good vibes.
But you have to actually go out for that.
No, I know.
Something you do at home?
Well, I was going to say the other one is like, we'll just go to the driving range. That's a really fun one for us.
You're leaving the house again. You're missing this is something that you do when the kids are asleep because you're not doing anything.
Here's what I think keeps us close is just honest conversation. Like we'll just being sweet. I like when I feel connected to them, we're making jokes. We're laughing about something. We're just feeling like I don't know, heart connected. Like I feel like we're on the same page with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly, we
I
used to do TV when the kids go back, and we haven't even really been doing that because I've been tired and going to bed earlier to try to make up for that. And I honestly realized I sleep better if I read before bed versus watch TV. So,
yeah.
but again, it's like we're good if we're just kind of communicating in a good, healthy way and like it feels good. And like every once in a while, I'll just be like, you good? You know?
Is there a recalibration though? Because I feel like for me too, we are very connected. But then sometimes you get into that routine and we're fine for the first couple days. You're in that routine of kind of not ignoring each other, but you're just not putting that person first. You're not thinking about, oh, should we
Yeah.
have a date night? Should we hang out? You're almost living separate lives, just trying to survive kids' schedules.
Yeah.
We almost need a recalibration, like for me. And so it's like to get reconnected again, something as simple as a glass of wine on the back porch when the kids go to bed is great, or saving the adult dinner until after. It can be the same meal. Have the kids eat, sit with them, but then sit and have a meal with him separate when the kids are asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel in coffee dates, like when the kids go to
Yeah.
school, I like a coffee. It's like my love language, but like I almost feel like we need that though sometimes.
Yeah.
I need that, I should say, because I like to just it brings me back to connection after you have those days. And then it's like we are on the same page. We're just moving. We're just doing life.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just need to pull back in to be like, oh,
You're
no.
a talker though. I think like
Yeah.
you're a real yapper. And you connect by yapping.
I do.
And you and I connect by yapping. But Chris and I don't connect by yapping.
Okay.
When I feel a little disconnected from him, we're acts of service people for each other.
Okay.
So like, and I know that he'll do acts of service for me if he's feeling acts of service for him. It is a little bit like, what's my motivation
Give and
here?
take.
But
yeah.
if I'm feeling disconnected from him, I'll do something really nice for him. Like
What's something nice that you do for him?
I cleaned his car.
Oh yeah. That was okay. All right.
Or something that's on his list. I'll be like, I'll just run to Costco. I know that's usually your thing, but like I'll knock it out for you.
Okay.
And then he'll return and cook a great dinner.
Okay.
Or you know what I mean? But it's like we always find our way back to each other if we're feeling like two ships passing in the night over subtle, nice things that we do for each other. That's it.
What's funny is I feel like you and Chris are similar. Phil and I are different. Like I would say I'm obviously the yapper and I get re-energized and reconnected when we have a conversation about things.
Yeah.
That's not him, but he knows it's me, so he'll do it.
Yeah.
But for him, I mean, he's like touch. He, if I just even walk by and like touch his arm.
He likes a whiskey and a cuddle.
A whiskey and a cuddle, just a touch. Like, it's like if I am walking by without like stopping to rub his back or something like that, even just taking that second to do it, he's much more like feels connected. But I appreciate the fact that
I can really relate to Phil on that. Like I will sometimes tell Chris, get over here. We're not roommates.
Yeah.
I always make, kind of make it a joke, but it's like, Mama needs some touchies.
That sounds so creepy.
Yeah. Well, it works. It works.
What's one way to shut me down and say, Mommy needs some touchies?
These things that like kind of make sense in the context of your life, and then you say them on here, and it's like,
it's like, no, that's not working. Well, I just think it's
referring to myself. Okay,
that's Mommy. I hated everything about that. I hated everything about that. Actually, I loved it. That was exposed. I've never heard you say anything like that. Not once have I ever heard you say anything like that.
Oh my god. I said it in a funny context. That just did not translate right then.
Oh, it did. It translated to something. Oh, that's funny. Well, interesting.
Good thing I'm not worried about comments. Good thing that doesn't faze me.
Well, I'll move on just because I have to. I feel like, which is understanding the other person's love language is the key. You know, is it that creepiness, touch, or is it acts of service? Oh,
I gotta regroup over here.
Yeah, I can't. Okay, I'll pivot to something funny so we can keep the laughs going.
Get off of it.
What is the funniest romantic moment that was ruined by kids? Do you have a moment that you can think of that was absolutely ruined by the kids?
I mean, not one suitable for public consumption here.
Yeah,
but-
don't be creepy anymore. Move on from the creep.
What do you got? Give me an idea.
All right. Well, so Phil and I, this was back in the day, but I remember it so
Okay.
it was core memory. We had Ace, and we were going to go on a road trip without him, and have the parents watch him. And you got to get past that. But anyways, long story short, we had this romantic like drive up the coast of California planned.
Mhm.
And it got totally soured because Ace got hand, foot, mouth. It was just like
Oh God.
the fear that we were going to get hand, foot, mouth. We had the
Mhm.
parents coming out to watch Ace. He had hand, foot, mouth. Then we were trying to leave him with the parents. That was just like, oh, I feel so bad. So it was just the whole thing was soured. We ended up doing it. We just had to push it back a day or two, and it just still was a little like it ruined the vibe.
I have a couple memories of like car trips that come up for me when you say that, where, you know, we were trying to do something cute and the kids are wailing in the back. And Chris was just like, travel with kids. It'll be fun, they say. It'll be.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Our statement is always, there's no one I'd rather. We actually were
I
joking
think
about
that's cute.
it's cute. We were actually joking about getting like a tattoo that said that somewhere. I don't have any tattoos. Phil's tattoo guy, so I was kind of saying that would be funny. That's the one I would get somewhere. I'm not sure where.
What would it
But
say?
it is like no one I'd rather, which is like our way of saying like I don't want to be doing this, but there's no one I'd rather do this with right now.
Yeah.
And it always brings us back. It's like the kids are crazy. If we had the worst experience, like yeah, we thought this was going to be cute and it totally backfired with the kids. It's like no one I'd rather, you know?
Yeah, that's cute. I was like, could you do an abbreviation? But I don't know. NIR. We'll have to keep workshopping it.
I don't know.
Is that the National Rifle Association or something? I don't know.
We'll keep working.
Yeah, it's not ready.
Maybe we just find a space for no one I'd rather.
I will say, I can't condone a quote tattoo. It's like, you might as well live, laugh, love over there. It's like, tell people you're not okay without telling people you're not okay. Get a quote tattoo.
Well, it's kind of our joke though, because he has a tattoo from a previous fiance. It was
Yeah.
in his 20s, so it was a long time ago. I'm over it. It doesn't bother me at all.
Totally.
But he has a tattoo that's like me and you or so, or I forget what it says. It's like you and me, and it's not me. I just totally had my microphone off the table.
Good thing you're not flustered.
So I'm like,
Good
you
thing
and
you're
me,
not
huh?
flustered.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. I don't want words. No words.
No words. At least it's vague. I could be like, you know,
You better at least get it in a different language.
Those are the words.
I know. I'm teasing. I think it's hard for me to think of a tattoo that would make sense.
Yeah. Would you get your kid names?
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm already getting crepey skin. It's not going to end well for me. I don't need to add ink.
That's fair.
There are tattoos other people have, like cute little ones or sentimental
Yeah.
ones, or a parent passes away and there's a little symbol, or like there are ones that I'm like adorable. Like I'm not judging on tattoos. And honestly, I find it kind of hot if there's like a full tat situation happening sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
You know, there's kind of a CrossFit tatted vibe that I don't hate.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I think
for
that's
my
why I fell in
own-
love with Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For my own body, though, I can't think of one that I would want. But maybe something will happen and I'll change my mind. So I like to keep doors open.
This is
But I worry
interesting.
about the creepy skin now that I'm 42, almost 43 here.
It's not going to age well. You and I and Sarah don't have tattoos. Do you think that it was like parent guilt? Like because they were always like, can't get a tattoo until you're 18. You know, they were very much against it.
Yeah.
Do you think that it had their parenting had anything to do with us actually not ever?
They're
getting a
lucky I
tattoo?
didn't, because I always like to go against the grain.
Exactly.
Do you remember? So when I was a senior
I
in
know what
high
you're gonna say.
school, I went to spring break down in Panama City. I've never let my kids do that, knowing what I know. But
I know. I can't believe we were allowed to do that. Honestly.
I flashed someone to get into a Ja Rule concert. Okay.
Exposed.
Exposed. Literally.
Ja Rule was so good back then.
So good. Anyways, that was neither here nor there. I got distracted. They used to have this thing that I got in Panama City that was like a tattoo at a tattoo parlor, but they don't go as deep on your skin. It still
Are you
was
talking about henna tattoos?
no, because henna's paint, right?
I don't know. I don't know the details.
And henna's like reddish. Anyways, it wasn't like that. It looked like a tattoo, but
Just
after
temporary.
like 90 days, it goes away.
Mm-hmm.
Like your skin just wears off. It only goes down like not as many layers as a real tattoo or whatever.
Yeah.
I swear
Yeah.
this was a thing that I got, and it wasn't even cheap. I spent a lot of money on it. But I was like,
Yeah.
I am going to get a humongous back tat to punk our mom.
Mm-hmm.
Because she hated tattoos. She
literally said before you left on that trip, I remember, she said, if you get a tattoo,
yeah,
you'll lose your car.
Well, and that's why I was like, I got to get her.
Yeah.
So I got this humongous, I don't even remember what it was, landscape of something on
it was ginormous.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to do the joke, you do the joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Go all in with a 90-day tatter.
So I come home. I wore the perfect amount of crop top that wasn't too obvious. Mm-hmm. I leaned up in front of her. I waited a day or two. I didn't make it too obvious, but she got her eyes on that. She flipped. Do you remember that?
You settled in. Yes. You settled in and let her flip longer than probably you should have.
I mean, I was obviously committed to the bit. I had gotten a tattoo. It kind of hurt to get. Anyways, but she really lost it. She
did
really lost it. That was one of my best moments of my life.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's a core memory for me too. I remember it. You were in the kitchen, you were on the bar stool, and you leaned forward, and she saw that right when she went behind. It was planned. I knew it before it happened.
Yeah,
and the reaction was priceless. However, again, I think you let that go on longer than you should have. You should have maybe a tiny regret.
I love a prank.
You've always pranked us. You've always pranked us.
To me, there's nothing funnier than a well-executed prank.
And Grace loves pranking too, so you're going to get it. You're
going to get it. It's already coming around.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Too funny.
Yeah.
All right. Let's pivot to household responsibilities.
Like pivot back to the topic.
Pivot back to not tattoos. Household responsibilities. Sometimes it feels like, we always joke, like it feels like life's a chore. Sometimes when you have kids, you're doing laundry, it can be mundane and boring. Does that affect your marriage? Do you guys divide and conquer? Do you feel like you're doing more? How do you balance that?
I am very, very lucky in this department because at least my perception of other people's marriage and the split between the spouses, I think Chris and I think he does more than most. He takes care of pretty much all the food, which I don't know too many dads that do that. And it's a big one. I'll still make some meals, but he'll prep them. He'll think ahead. He'll grocery shop.
Yeah.
He sends me to get items. You know what I mean? I think in most other traditional, gender roles,
right,
I'm the guy, so to speak, where I pick up the milk when we're out every once in a while. The only thing is he's not super into helping Grace bake, so I've kind of taken the lead on, if she has any projects.
Yeah.
And I'll bake with her, but
you've also been doing more cooking, not like, I see he still does a majority, but like you've gotten better at recipes, you're owning some of those things. Like I've been really proud of you the last few years. Proud is like, just because it's my thing. I like to do it. It doesn't mean you have to ever cook. But
truthfully, Chris had a health emergency a couple years ago, and I needed to start making food when he was incapacitated. And I literally didn't know how to make much. I had to YouTube how to cut an onion. But that was the push I needed to actually be like, I need to be more self-sufficient here, because I'd lived in cities and I'd had I don't know. I just like ate out a bunch.
It was never your thing.
It was never my thing.
Exactly.
But anyways, now I am a domestic goddess that can properly cut an onion, put together a couple dishes. I will say I don't have good natural instincts. Chris is a little bit of this, little bit of that guy when he's cooking, and his stuff just always tastes good. And the kids are funny. They're like, who's cooking dinner tonight? And then it's like, oh, I made a good meal. And they all go, oh, like everybody knows Chris's dinners are better than mine.
Yeah. Well,
I'm doing the best I can. I'm getting better. What are you
I
laughing
just,
at?
I'm sorry. I just had a flash to Mama Needs a Touch.
We're not
I
gonna
was
let
trying to
that go.
spin that into like Mama needs a recipe or Mama needs something, but I couldn't
Couldn't
get
do
it out
it.
of my head.
Couldn't do it. I can follow a recipe. Like I'm not a moron, but I don't have instincts. You know, if we're out of something, ChatGPT
Totally.
has been quite helpful for me though on
Yeah.
how can I take this and create a. Our good friend Amanda is an amazing chef. She does this segment on Instagram. We'll link called Fridge Foraging.
Yes, I follow her and I love it.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be able to fridge forage without a recipe. I just
Yeah.
I don't have it. Whatever that
Yeah.
is. That's like, oh, this would go together.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you never have.
Well,
No.
part of it is I lived with you. You were so good and liked it. You know, I would always just do other stuff.
Yeah.
But
Well,
all
and I
this to
always-
say, we got away from the topic. Chris does a
Yeah.
lot of stuff. I still think I'm primary when it comes to like kid activities and shuffling them all over town and making sure they're, the schedule for all the things is coordinated.
Yeah.
But he does a lot of the finances for our home. He takes out the trash. So
you divide and conquer a
big
little
time,
bit.
big
Yeah.
time. I think he would say he probably does more than half. I think all the stuff I do for the kids and the time and the bedtimes, I think I'm edging him out a little bit up there, but it's close. It's close.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Yeah, we do a split of, I do a lot of the inside stuff, and Phil is very helpful too. I do feel like he does more. I think on average he's probably doing more than some other dads out there. But it's like I like to do the kitchen stuff for the most part. Not that he can't, but it's like I do the grocery, I do the cooking.
Mhm.
He does a lot of the outside, like yard work, all the things. He keeps our house looking great outside. He built a back porch. He built a retaining wall. He
Yeah.
does a lot of stuff. But it works for us. It's like
You just married our dad is like what's so funny.
I
Like,
know.
our parents you guys have the same roles as our parents.
It is true. Yeah, it's like I do all the laundry. I do most of the cooking. He will do he enjoys like doing grilling
his
and
laundry?
stuff like that. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
We've said that before, I think. But yeah, I don't mind doing that stuff. But, I can do the lawn, but like last time he was out of town, I was like, I'm going to mow the lawn. It'll be cute. But I had to call Dad to figure out how to turn on our lawnmower.
Yeah.
And then I did it, and I was trying to I had to ask Dad, like, what direction do I need to do it? Because I know it's particular, and I don't remember what it is. So Dad was trying to teach me.
That's so funny.
Okay, go this direction, diagonal instead of whatever, to make it look the way Phil would like it. But it is funny.
I had to make a video of Chris teaching me how to turn on the gas grill.
Oh, yeah.
And then I go back and watch it every time I need to do it.
Yeah.
It's a favorited video of him going, and then this is how you do this.
Yeah. Well, even like I think about things that like I want Lola and Lily specifically, obviously Ace too, to be good at things and just be self-sufficient. But like changing a tire, I never really had to do that.
Yeah.
It's like our dad did it until I got AAA, and then now I have Phil, and he changes the tires every time. I don't know if I mean, I think I could. I kind of have an idea. I've watched him do it a few times,
Right.
but like
That's how I
don't know. I would like to be a little bit more like skilled in that way. I told you about a couple podcasts ago. I told you about how our oil got low and I had to change it myself, and it was an absolute disaster.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to do that. That's time for
Yeah.
YouTube.
Exactly. All right. Well, let's pivot to looking ahead.
Okay.
We've talked about this too, but somebody once said recently, I don't know if it was a reel or somebody said this to me. I'm starting to get my social media and real life confused.
Yikes.
Yikes.
You're entering the metaverse here.
But it was like your partner should be the most important thing in your life because your kids are only under your roof for so much time, and you dedicate more time and energy to them and love them in a different way.
Yeah.
But your spouse is who your lifelong partner is, because when the kids go away to college or wherever,
Right.
it's you two again. And you need to remember that. And so I was like, it is true. It's like, I'm so in kid zone right now. It's hard to think about that next stage. But I think it's important. I'm a yapper. I like to talk about the next stage. What are we going to do? What's our plan going to be? So do you and Chris talk about that? Do you guys have a plan for after kids go away? Like what you envision your life to be like?
We did some life planning like that when we were deciding whether we were going to move into this home and this community here in Danville. Like, I think it's almost been 5 years, which is hard to believe.
We
So,
hit 5 this past June, so you're right behind us. So yeah.
yeah. So, we kind of talked about how we thought it would play out, leaving some flexibility for like nobody, we don't know, and especially I feel like with our career, we don't really know where our career will drag us around the world.
Yeah.
And I think we both kind of understand that. I also think he's really he's a homebody. He wants to put down roots. Like, I think his perfect world is we never leave this house and we never leave this community. And,
Yeah.
His version of retirement is pretty much our life, but less work and more golf and
Yeah.
more swimming and more trips. Although he probably
Yeah.
wouldn't even add trips. I added that.
Yeah.
One thing I really love about him is like he's very self-contained. He likes what he likes. He knows what he likes. He lives his life according to the way that he likes to be happy. He's a happy person. He's a very content person. So I don't think much would change for him.
Yeah.
And I feel like, how lucky are we? We got to a spot where it's like we're kind of living the life that we plan to live for a long time. I will say, when I thought about California or Nashville or, like, it was really tricky because we're so close to our family. And the one part for me that's still hard is just being so far away from y'all. Like, the parents
I
in
know.
Indiana.
I was kind of hoping you would say you would get like a part-time house closer to family.
Part-time houses don't make sense to me. Like, not with kids and sports and not with community
This is
building.
after. This is after.
Well, anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
I think it would just, Chris doesn't like to, like, him being bi-coastal. That's not going to be a thing.
Yeah.
That's not his happy place.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I know. But he would, I think he comes there a couple times a year. We get you guys out here a couple times a year. And I feel like
it's not perfect. Like, if I'm being very honest, I just went to you and I's relationship and not Phil and I's, but it is a little like, you're not the ones that have to move either. It's like, who says that you have to move just because we're closer to the family? But it is a little bit like, I wish we were all closer. Yeah. Like, I'm, and it is, I hate being a plane ride away for anything that I need to do.
I know.
And it's expensive. You're at the mercy of whatever's available, and it's just not convenient. It's just no way convenient to do that. So
yeah, it is far. That's the one dig, but
yeah. But you're in a great community. I love that you guys have your own little,
and we've really made great friends here. And I think he and I both like our careers, and so it's a little bit like we got it pretty dang good.
Yeah.
What about you? Like, when you plan?
We talk a lot about the future, and I think part of that is because Phil is a financial planner. Yeah. And so he talks to his clients about future. He's always set up for future, so which is great because I don't have those skill sets. So I love that. But, he sees the way many of his clients live their life and can like really speak eloquently to what he wants in a great way. Cause it's like,
it's a great perspective.
Exactly. And it's like, we also live in a place where we would love to be for life. We would love to have our house as the home base always.
Yeah.
But he works with some international clients, and there is a world, especially right when the kids are going away to school, you can never plan life, but it's like before grandkids or, that kind of sweet spot where you have a little bit more time to travel in our mind.
Mm-hmm.
We picture doing international travel and like almost staying in a apartment or condo in certain parts of the country or certain parts of the world, for like 2 months. And we've got kind of a retirement plan of what age, and we want to, definitely golf more and do those types of things here. But we also have this kind of travel plan that I'm excited about.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I didn't really know
like
about that. Well, maybe we'll get in on one of your 2-monthers.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty dreamy. I think he would actually go for that more than the busyness of, okay, we're going to hit a couple spots in a week and like pop. Like 100%. He would do much better like with a different home base for a while.
Well, and if you go to a small town in Italy or Spain and it's very affordable to get like like a condo, and you just live a simpler, charming life where you don't really have a huge agenda. It's 2 months. You're going to live there and understand the culture and just really kind of get to know the area. That sounds so charming to me. So I like don't want time to pass. I still weep at looking at pictures of the kids and how old they've gotten already. But I also look forward to that stage of life too when we get there.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Well, it'll be exciting.
Yep. All right. Let's end it with something that I'm putting you on the spot, I guess. So you might take you a second. But what is the pettiest fight that you and Chris have that you laugh about now?
Maybe I need a minute here. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
He gets very annoyed at me for being me sometimes. I just told a story last week about how I leave car doors open.
Yes.
I like to lose things from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
time to time daily.
I have my mind on bigger issues, and sometimes the little details of life get away from me, if you will. And our daughter is a smaller version of me. And so she'll come home and her backpack is unzipped, and stuff's falling out. And she'll leave, she lost her soccer ball, and she'll leave water bottles and sweatshirts everywhere. And it's like, it's tiny me, but he takes out her mistakes on me as if I was the one who did it. And I'm like,
you gave her those traits.
Well, he's mad at me for traits that I passed down. So she'll come in with her backpack open and he directs his anger at me. I love that. You did this. And I'm like, that's not my backpack. I had nothing to do with this. But it's like, we get into this petty, that's from you,
I think that's hilarious. And I can so see that. That's too funny.
What's yours?
Well, and you probably have more tolerance for it because you know it's you. So you get less frustrated at her because you're like, well, I know how that can happen.
I know. Well, she always goes, that's something you would do. I go, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that's not what we're talking about here.
We're not talking about me. We're not talking about me. We're talking about you and your choices.
Well, it reminds me, I'm a lot like our dad.
Yeah.
And every time I got in trouble, he would always start the conversation of discipline. Well, you're a lot like me, but I understand because you're like me, but
yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Totally.
My thing, our pettiest thing, and it's ongoing, is I just clean too much.
Yeah.
And he's just so annoyed with me. It's like he'll get a water glass out, sip some water, and walk in the other room to go get something and come back to that water glass gone and it's in the dishwasher already.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely annoyed. But on the flip side, I can never load the dishwasher clean enough for him, and I never hang our car keys up, and he loses his ever-loving mind. So it's like,
Hold on, I didn't understand that.
He has three things that annoy him.
Okay.
Of me.
Yeah.
One, I clean too quickly.
What do you, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Three that are core.
Three that we always top of mind.
About.
Okay.
That we laugh about.
Yeah.
I can never load the dishwasher though, even though I'm super clean. He always is annoyed with how much I'm stuffing in there.
He thinks you overstuff.
I overstuff.
Okay.
Because I'm always picking up shit and putting it in there.
Yeah.
But it's always like, this didn't clean right because it's not in there the right way. And I'm like, oh, they're all clean. They're not sitting in the sink. That's what I care about.
Yeah.
And then number 3, I never hang our car keys back up. They're always in my purse or somewhere.
Yeah.
And so many times we flip-flop cars sometimes throughout the week based on Lily's car seat and different things.
Yeah.
And he's just always like, do you have the car keys in your purse? And I'm in the one car with the other set of car keys and I have to drive all the way back. Yeah. Those are our types of petty things that we laugh about, maybe not in the moment, but it's like, it's I'm to myself too. I guess he gets annoyed with me being myself.
Yeah. Well, Chris, when I can't find like keys or something, I just see him every time. Like, And I remember we were first dating. He's like, "Oh, let me show you. Here's a process that you will never lose your stuff. Like, every time I leave, I say da da da, and every time I come back in, I do da da da." Like that was like I was like, "Oh, thank you for mansplaining organization to me." But no, I'll
And then
continue to do it my way and leave my
then
keys
you
in my
never
purse.
do it.
No.
Well, it's like when you go into, this is a question for you.
Okay.
When you go into an airport garage or a garage where you have to take the ticket
Mm-hmm.
and then pay later, what do you do with that ticket?
Tuck it up into the visor.
Oh, no, you're one of those. That's what Phil does. He gets so annoyed because I always put it somewhere and then I'm digging for it.
Yeah.
And I usually put it in my wallet, but sometimes it's just in my purse.
No, I have to keep that in the car. I will lose it.
Yeah, but that's good. So you're better than me. He can't understand what he's tried to mansplain that. I put it in the top of the thing so many times. I'm like, and then I never do it. And he could blow a gasket.
Well,
when we come back.
I've been on the receiving end of a lost airport ticket, having to pay a fortune.
Yeah, there's nothing worse because it's expensive. It's not cheap.
Yeah, it really is. So I only made that mistake once. Plus, there's something about that process that's so specific. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
But yeah, the key, it's just when I'm coming in, I got other stuff. I'm probably on a work call. It's like I'm doing
totally
5
distracted.
things. Totally distracted. Sometimes those keys make it back where they're supposed to, but not every time.
Not every time.
Not every time.
All right. Well, let's move on to, do we have a tech tip today? We didn't talk about it.
So October is National Bullying Prevention Month. So I started this last time and I thought I'd kind of keep on this train. Mm-hmm. But one of the things that I find interesting as a parent is sort of to know, when is this situation severe enough to talk to the school, to talk to authorities, to report? And there's actually some really good guidelines out there. So when I read them, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I just had never thought of it. So how do you know when to go to? I'll do the police and to the platform and to the school, like all three. And you might, we can talk about school. That one's a little bit more nuanced, but like when to go to the police. If there is a threat of physical harm, including any pressure to self-harm, you go to the police. If there is a fictitious account that was created specifically to harass you, like a fake account made to harass you, you go to the police.
Interesting.
If there is any weird sexual content, you go to the police. Mm-hmm. And if there's any communication that could be described as a hate crime on any dimension, you can go to the police. You should go to the police. So I just think that is nice and tight. And if it's not that, then you maybe talk to the school, you talk to the parents, you can still support your kid. But that's sort of the recommended level from expert officers that we spoke to, experts in the space. That was sort of the line for them at any age. The other thing too is if you are in a place where you're contacting the police, also contact the platform where it happened. So contact Instagram, TikTok, Apple, if it's on iMessage. They have things that they can do to shut down accounts, monitor closer specific things. So you want to actually report it to the police, and you also want to report it to the platform. Okay, that's what I got.
Great.
Okay.
Good one today. All right. What is your obsession?
I feel like I'm going to start turning this obsession into things my friend Courtney told me. Do you have friends like this? She would be very good at a podcast about obsession. She just has lots of, she's on trend and also seemingly bringing new stuff to the table frequently.
Love it.
Yeah. So shout out Courtney for my new deodorant.
Oh, okay. I'm interested. You've piqued my interest with deodorant because I have a thought.
Okay. It's Salt and Stone. And she's like you. She's got a really good nose. So I wouldn't even trust my own scent on this. But the one she recommended that I got and I really like is called Neroli and Basil.
Okay.
And it honestly smells like perfume to me. So I feel like my deodorant is now my perfume. And it smells really nice. And it's also not natural deodorant. Let me be clear. I am anti-natural deodorant because I don't think it works.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at.
Does it have aluminum or no?
Let me check, but probably because it actually works.
I actually just Googled it and I said aluminum free and it came up.
So it's aluminum free.
it might actually be aluminum free.
Salt and Stone's deodorant is explicitly aluminum free.
Wow. I'm going to try it. So I just tried a brand called OUAI. How's that?
Oui.
We. Anyways, is that actually we in French?
I have no
Is that
idea.
how you spell that? Okay. Anyways, I'll move on.
Yeah. You and I talking about French is not going to go well for us.
Yeah, exactly. Long story short, one of the mean comments on one of our clips was about us making fun of like natural deodorants, and they were like, "Oh, you want us to wear aluminum?" You know, like kind of just like coming at us. I was like, okay, that wasn't what the clip was about, but it did make me think, all right, I'm going to try some aluminum free deodorant. That brand smells good. It's not working for me.
Yeah.
So
Well, I also
I actually
tried
will try
Native.
yours.
I tried Native and I thought that was also trash.
Yeah, it's not bad. I've tried Native before, but it just, I smell. Like, I am not somebody who's sweating a lot and smelling usually. And if I can smell myself after I showered that morning, it's a problem.
Well,
so, all right.
I've worked out yesterday. Like, I put it through a tennis match. I didn't notice I smelled, but maybe I don't have the best sense of smell. But to me, it felt like it was working. Like, when I used those other deodorants, I did not feel like it was working. And I think that was confirmed. So,
yeah. All right. I'm pivoting. I'm going to try it too.
I didn't realize I was so like all natural here, but I guess I am.
Yeah. Look at you. Love it.
Hey, I'm for efficacy. If it's all natural, wonderful. But I'm here for efficacy. Salt and Stone.
I love that. Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you,
Courtney. Is what we
Thank you, Courtney.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Courtney. Well, my obsession is actually from Sarah, our sister.
Okay.
And
she has good ones too.
She has good ones too. She's like kind of in that way with products.
Yeah.
Certain products, beauty products. Long story short, she heard the pod where I was talking about my lips again.
Yeah.
And she sent me this link, and it is basically like a sugar scrub for your lip. It's an exfoliant that you put on. And you can also use the Blistex like afterwards or whatever.
I was wondering if you were going to bring that up. I'm like, so you'll take her recommendation, but not mine for these.
No, I'm taking yours too, but this was the addition. She said, use this first, then you can use the Blistex or whatever you want. But it's Revlon. So it's very cheap. It was like $5 and it's already starting to work. Now I won't put my lips too close because I still have to use it a little bit longer for it to really do its thing.
Yeah.
But the exfoliant of it plus a good lip balm, I'm here for it.
Okay. I like it. Well, I'm hoping your lips, we're all with you on this arc of will Anne fix her lips or not?
Come on, baby.
Come
be
on,
the fix.
baby.
Be the fix.
Be the change. All right, cool. Well, I think that's a wrap. Anything else to close us down?
No, just follow us on all the social medias. We're trying to grow in a big way there, putting out some good content, in my opinion. Rate us on the pod.
Yes. Rate the pod. I think the Sage Haven app's getting great reviews, so we appreciate everyone who's tried that out. But reviews are so critical. Even if you don't have time to write much, just punch some stars. It matters a lot in terms of search discoverability. So thank you. We're growing, and tell your friends.
Yes, word of mouth is the number one thing. So tell them about Sage Haven app. Tell them about us and the podcast. And just love us.
That's all she wrote. Love us. All right. Lilas Tan.
Lilas.